PSA from a download I received in meditation. You can't expect connection without accountability. Can't expect connection without accountability. You can't want connection without accountability. You can't even acknowledge connection without also acknowledging accountability. You can't expect access without responsibility. It's not enough to acknowledge connection. Something has to be done with connection. And everything is energy. So everything contains energy, or everything is energy, however you want to look at it. But if that's the case, then there's going to always be a dance and an exchange between possessors of energy. So how can you be connected without exchanging energy? And at what point are lopsided exchanges going to be held accountable? Energy never dies. It merely gets transferred. So I think this is an important thing to remember in our current world. Also, to also be cognizant of energy transference in the different ways it goes about. I remember a conversation on Instagram about when we first had this COVID lockdown happening, and people were saying things like, if somebody doesn't check up on, a particular person doesn't check up on you, then that means they never cared. And all of this was brand new, and so people were arguing, saying, no, that's not necessarily true. Some people are trying to figure out things in their own time, in their own space. They're trying to take care of home first. It's not always like that. And plus, there is that other aspect that I always believe, that you can pick up the phone and call too, or you can reach out too. But there is still something to be said about people who feel that way. And it made me realize there's a difference there's a spectrum when it comes to energy transference, or I'll just say transfer. We all know of energy vampires. That's been made clear, that energy vampires are out there and we've dealt with them. But do you ever think of energy hoarders? Everything, in this realm, I believe in duality, and everything has its counter. So if there's going to be energy vampires, how could there not be energy hoarders? Energy hoarders have a misconception of energy transfer. And they typically have kind of a poverty mindset with it. They think that stockpiling energy means they have an abundance of energy, or that they can rely on it for future use. To some extent, that's true. But if you ever seen batteries, regular standard alkaline batteries, you know that they have shelf lives. They don't have the same strength and capacity forever. They lose strength over time if they're not used. So I do think that just like you have people who are energy vampires, who aren't aware of how much they are asking for, and don't even don't take the time to wonder if it's fair to ask for whatever they're asking. You have energy hoarders who don't take the time to ask, is it fair to withhold energy as much as you've been? So I think it's good to take stock of if you are either one of those extremes. However, a healthy range, a healthy part of the spectrum is different when it comes to what people are trying to talk about, and that is not so much energy vampirism, but energy usage. And then not so much energy hoarderism or energy pack rat, but energy conservation. The idea is, so those are within a reasonable range of how you use your energy. And the idea is that you have an efficient exchange of energy. When you are energy conservative, or you're conserving energy, you're still giving some out, but you're a little bit more careful about what you're putting out, because you may be on the lower end of having energy. If you are an energy, investor, sorry, that's the word I wanted to use, an energy investor, you know when you're supposed to use your energy. You acknowledge when you're supposed to use your energy, and you act on it. But you don't ask for more than is needed. And I think that is a healthy way to approach energy exchange with people, with work that you do, with anything that requires energy. With money exchange, it's good to look at it in that way, I would say. But just be mindful if you're an energy vampire or energy hoarder. You're not going to get saved. Be cognizant of that and work to build up your own energy reserve if you tend to be more on the vampiristic side of things. And work towards circulating the energy if you're more on the hoarder side of things. but let the energy circulate. That's all I wanted to share.